Now, late yesterday afternoon, we heard from Stoke-on-Trent City Council, which announced the government had signed off on its plans to reorganise secondary education. That includes shutting 4 high schools, meaning cutting numbers from 17 to 13, and opening 5 new academy schools as part of that. So, does that mean, despite months of campaigning, that Trentham High will shut? City Councillor Roger Ibbs gave us that impression.
Well, yes, it's unfortunate for all the schools. It isn't just Trentham. There are 4 schools that are going to close, and it's sad for all 4. I'm particularly disappointed that one had to be in my own area.
But Daniel Jordan from the Trentham Action Group still hopes that that's not the case. He joins us on the line now. Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning.
So, why do you doubt the word of the council, and it would seem, doubt the word of the government?
I don't think we do doubt their word. The strategy for change has gone into central government, and not surprisingly they've approved it, because they have been telling the City Council what they must do to get the funding, including 5 academies and closure of schools. So it's not a surprise that the government have signed off their plan for the city. I think what's surprising for local people is that the City Council haven't, I don't believe, been looking at the local needs of the city, particularly in the south, and have gone along the lines that the government have asked them to.
So what's your understanding of what's happened?
Well, the Strategy for Change Part 1 is a plan that goes into central government saying what should happen over an entire estate, i.e. the whole of the city, as an overview. And then the Strategy for Change Part 2 will be blow by blow for each school, what's going to happen to each school.
So the Phase 1, or the Part 1,
yes.
That's kind of been out, and the government have signed off on that. What options does it leave you with, really?
We have a number of options. We'll continue to lobby local councillors. I think it was made clear by Jim Knight, the Minister of Schools, yesterday, that although he has approved the plans, he is saying that this is a local issue, and if therefore local councillors decide in the Strategy for Change Part 2, the second phase, that they want to keep Trentham open, they've seen the light and that there is another option in the cooperative trust that we're proposing, then he's made it clear that he will accept that and he will rubber stamp that proposal as well.
Do you really think that's going to happen, Daniel? Do you think people are going to do this kind of U-turn now and go, actually, you know, what have we been doing? Let's keep Trentham High open.
I think it depends how brave local councils are prepared to be, particularly at this point where the Mayor and the Executive Board have been given a huge vote of no confidence in the referendum. You've got people in the council who are looking to become leader. What are they going to do? Are they going to do what they've been dictated to by central government, or are they going to look at the local needs of the people? Are they going to represent truly the people of Stoke-on-Trent? Because I think it's a very sad time for this city. If you look at what they're planning to do with the schools, particularly in the south, where they're looking to put schools, you know, on a gasometer site, on an industrial estate, is that what we want for our kids? This isn't just going to affect us in the short term. This is going to be with us now for the next 50 years, and I don't think, and I know a lot of people in the city don't think, that it's the right way forward. Our local councillors should be representing us and making it clear that this is not what we want. Clearly,
you've not given up the fight. You're still as passionate as ever. What's next?
There are a number of actions. We have some direct actions planned. We'll be lobbying councillors. We also have legal action. We've got a current legal action against the Secretary of State, which is ongoing at the moment. And of course, if they do proceed with the plans to put a closure notice on the school, there'll be a legal action at that point. And I ought to point out that that doesn't go to the government, it doesn't go to local council to be decided, that goes to the High Court, it goes to a judge. There's a statutory procedure that has to be followed with closing a mainstream school, and we feel very confidently that they won't allow Trentham to be closed, because if you look at Trentham, it's a very good school. It's the second best school in the city behind a selective school. You know, there aren't the arguments to close that school, so we feel very strongly that we will be in a good position in the High Court in London, and that we will win.
Daniel Jordan from the Trentham Action Group, thanks very much for speaking to us this morning on BBC Radio Stoke.